Hello, and welcome to the satellite concourse of Terminal 2 at London's Heathrow Airport. Today, you'll be joining me on a flight across the pond with United in Polaris business class aboard a 767-300. Originally, I was booked in a Premium Plus seat for this flight, but thanks to a relatively fair mileage upgrade rate, this is now a Polaris business class review. If you are interested in checking out what Premium Plus is like on United, make sure to check out my last review after you finish this one. But let me not get ahead of myself. I still got some time before boarding, and one of the perks that comes with a business class ticket on United is lounge access. Here at Heathrow, a business class ticket on any Star Alliance carrier, such as United, grants you access to 4 lounges. In the main terminal, you can stop by the Lufthansa business class lounge, though it caters more to Schengen area flights operated by Lufthansa and its partners, and therefore is smaller than the other options here in Terminal 2. Out in the satellite concourse, you can find the United Club, the Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge, and a Singapore Airlines Silver Crisp business class lounge. While I would have loved to stop by all of these today, my family was not a fan of my lounge hopping plans, and therefore I had to choose just one. And since this is a United review, I decided to stick with United and check out the United Club here in Heathrow. And here we are in the United Club at London Heathrow. On one side of the lounge, you can find a self-service drink area, in which you can find all your classic soft drinks and juices, along with a self-service coffee machine and tea area. In addition, you'll also find various fruit-infused waters and a self-service cordial bar, with multiple syrups you can add to your drink if you'd like. In between the drink and food areas, you can find plenty of seating and a fully stocked and staffed bar for all your alcoholic desires. The food selection in this lounge was superb, with a salad bar, plenty of breads and pastries, and multiple hot and cold lunch options. Not only was there a great selection of food, but everything I ate tasted amazing. After about an hour spent lounging in the United Club, pun 100% intended, it's now time for me to head over to my gate, which happened to be all the way at the end of the satellite concourse. While this did make for a long walk for me, it does give me some time now to give you some more information about my ride across the pond. Today, I'll be flying on November 669er Uniform Alpha, a Boeing 767-300 configured in United's High J configuration. At 25.1 years old, it is one of United's younger 767-300s, with United's 767-300s having an average fleet age of 28.4 years old. While passenger 767s are getting rarer in the modern era, United and Delta still heavily rely on the 767s for many of their transatlantic routes, where a higher density 777 or A350 may not be filled to capacity. Now, you may be wondering what I mean by high J configuration. Well, 24 of United's 767-300s are configured in a very premium-heavy configuration, with only a total of 167 seats on board. For reference, that is less total seats than you would find on board a Southwest 737 MAX 8. Out of all 167 seats, 46 are fully lie-flat Polaris business class seats, laid out in a 1-1-1 configuration, 22 are Premium Plus seats, laid out in a 2-2-2 layout, which I reviewed in my last video, 43 are Economy Plus seats in a 2-3-2 layout, and finally in the back, you'll find only 56 regular economy seats, also in a 2-3-2 layout. After getting a quick glimpse of a company 767 parked at the gate next to ours, and scanning my boarding pass, it's now time to head down the jet bridge and onboard my ride across the pond. If you'd like to learn more about United's boarding process, make sure to check out one of my previous United reviews. But for now, welcome on board United's 767-300 in Polaris business class. As you may be able to tell, the seats are staggered in such a way that some window seats are closer to the aisle, while some are right up against the window. Odd seats, such as my seat today, 11L, are closer to the window and offer more privacy. My first impressions of the seat are that it is roomy, comfortable, and that it looks very sleek. Legroom is definitely not an issue here, and the footwell is wide thanks to the staggered layout of the seats. On the right armrest, you can find the seat controls, along with the on-off switch for the lamp, which is located over the little side table on your left. The seat controls allow you to adjust the firmness of the seat, extend the leg rest, and of course recline the seat into a 180-degree lie-flat bed. Under the IFE screen, you'll find one of 2 USB-A power ports, with the other located under the universal power outlet and the headphone jack by your left shoulder. If United Polaris is known for one thing, that would be its excellent bedding, provided by Saks Fifth Avenue. Upon reaching my seat, I was met with a large pillow, a blanket, and a Wave-branded Amenity Kit, which we'll take a further look at later. a small cooling gel pillow, which I've never seen before on any airline, and was a great addition. And finally, a Saks Fifth Avenue branded duvet, which was super comfortable, and I took it home with me after the flight, and still use it now. While I was filming the seat tour, a flight attendant had come around offering a choice of pre-departure beverage and also taking meal orders. While I'll discuss the meal options later in the video, I just got a water to start the flight off. Continuing with said seat tour, the left armrest can be lowered to increase shoulder space when the seat is in bed mode. Inside the armrest, you'll find the safety card and United's in-flight magazine, Hemispheres. Moving upwards, there is a small storage cubby in which you'll find a pair of noise-canceling headphones along with a bottle of water. The remote for the IFE is located right below, and just to the left, you'll find a small reading light. The seat itself has an adjustable headrest, with wings that can be used for head support. The seat itself is very comfortable as well. Right by the exit to the aisle, there is a coat hook, or in my case, a sweatshirt hook. Above you, you can see 2 personal air vents, something that is starting to become more and more rare on newer wide-bodies. After a quick 5-minute taxi over to runway 27 right, it's time to say goodbye to London. Enjoy this takeoff and the climb out, and I'll see you in the air. As we climb through 24,000 feet up to cruising altitude, let's take a closer look at that away-branded Amenity Kit. But first, I have to extend the tray table from under the IFE screen. With a nice firm push, the tray table pops out and can be slid back towards you. The folded tray table is pretty sizable by itself, but it folds out to make an even bigger surface, perfect for getting some work done or enjoying a meal. It slides in and out to allow for an easy exit from the seat. Unzipping this mini away suitcase, you'll find United provides a decent selection of amenities, on par with what you would expect from business class amenity kit from any major airline. Inside the kit, you'll find a pack of tissues, a dental kit, a branded pen, a well-padded sleep mask, a pair of earplugs, a pair of comfortable Polaris branded socks, and a small pack of Sunday Riley branded skincare products, including a facial cleansing cloth, face cream, lip balm, and hand cream. Overall, it's a pretty good selection of amenities, and a very well-designed amenity kit. I would note that these amenity kits have recently been swapped out for a new kit in partnership with Therabody, though the contents would be pretty similar to what you saw here. About 45 minutes into the flight, the first drink service began. I went for a cranberry juice, which was served in a glass with ice, and some sparkling water, which was served in a can, alongside some mixed nuts. Aside from the classic non-alcoholic beverages such as Coke, ginger ale, coffee, and juices, United also has a decent selection of alcoholic beverages, including multiple beers, hard seltzers, and whiskeys, among others. As of last summer, United has also included a wine list with expanded options on the back of the printed menu card. Speaking of the menu card, here was the menu for today's flight across the Atlantic. At this point, United was still doing single tray service, which meant no choice of appetizer, and the salad was served on the same tray as the main course. Having 4 options for the main course is nice, but let's hope that quantity does not mean lack of quality. Aside from the main meal service, there was also a pre-arrival meal, with 2 options to choose from, which you'll see later on in the video. For my meal today, I decided to go with the beef short rib, which was served with a Cobb-like salad, macaroni and cheese gratin, and some roasted root veggies, which in this case were carrots and parsnips. Served alongside the main meal and salad were a warm pretzel roll and butter, a yogurt dressing for the salad, and the United Signature globe-shaped salt and pepper shakers. I think a great way to summarize the quality of this meal is to say that the short rib I enjoyed in Premium Plus on my outbound flight tasted better than this. The short rib was dry and lacked flavor, and honestly, the root veggies were probably the best part of the meal. I didn't even finish it, instead opting for an Asian duck wrap I picked up at Pret while still at Heathrow. For dessert, I decided to skip the signature Polaris sundae cart and instead try out the cheese plate. All 3 cheeses tasted great, but I would have loved some more variety or some better presentation. After finishing a movie and getting some great sleep, more on that in a bit, I'm now across the Atlantic and about an hour away from DC. But before the second meal service starts, let's take a look at the IFE, starting with the flight map. You can access the in-flight map from the main menu of the IFE. The map is 3D and allows you to manipulate your view as you'd like, but has some specific set viewing modes as well. You can also open up a window which contains more detailed flight info such as altitude, ground speed, and time remaining in flight. Heading back to the main menu, let's take a look at what sort of entertainment options United offers. From this menu, you can access a list of featured movies, United's collection of movies, TV shows, music and podcasts, a selection of accessible content, the in-flight map, a selection of kids' movies and TV shows, some relaxation content such as guided meditations, videos curated by United about their destinations and company, some general United information, and a help and settings tab. Taking a closer look at the movies on offer, United has a wide range of movies in various genres available for you to watch. In fact, seeing as there are over 15 pages of 21 movies each, you're looking at a total of well over 300 movies, a selection easily large enough to keep me entertained on this 8-hour flight. Alongside the wide selection of movies, United also has a decent selection of TV shows on offer, also of many different genres. Unfortunately, United is guilty of only having just a few episodes per show, which means if you wanted to binge your favorites, you're out of luck. Besides that, my biggest nitpick with the IFE is that the UI does look old, but this isn't actually a problem on United's other long-haul aircraft, like the 777 or 787, where the IFE has a more modern UI. One unique feature that United offers is the From the Flight Deck channel, or Channel 9, which allows you to listen in to the radio communications your pilots are currently hearing. Unfortunately, the operation of this channel is at the pilot's discretion, and it was off on my flight tonight. About 50 minutes before landing, the second meal was served. The meal was made up of a fruit plate, a choice between a Wellington burger or veggies with couscous, and a brownie bar. I went with the veggies and couscous, and it was good, but to be fair, it's hard to mess up veggies and couscous. The fruit cup was a bit sad looking, but the brownie bar was tasty. All in all, making for an okay meal service to wrap up this flight. As we begin our final approach into the Washington Dulles International Airport, it's time to bust out the trusty Just Plain Simple flight rating scale to recap and score this flight. For those new to my channel, a quick recap of the rating system. I rate each flight out of 10 in 4 different categories: ground experience, soft product, hard product, and in-flight entertainment, and then add those scores up for a total score for the flight. Starting off with the ground experience, transiting at Heathrow was a breeze, with only 1 security check to clear. Terminal 2 is great, with plenty of duty-free shops, restaurants, and my favorite UK establishment, Pret a Manger. The only downside is the satellite concourse is a bit of a hike from the main terminal, so make sure to allot extra time to make it to your gate if departing from the satellite concourse. There are multiple lounges for Polaris customers to use, and the United Club was an excellent choice, with a great food and drink buffet, plenty of seating options, and even shower suites. It honestly felt more similar to Polaris Lounge than your typical United Club. Overall, the ground experience of today's trip earns 8 points out of 10. Moving on to the soft product, I'd say the 2 major aspects of the soft product, the service and the catering, are on 2 opposite sides of the spectrum here. The service was great, with the flight attendant working my row, introducing himself by name, and addressing me by my name as well. The crew was very proactive on clearing trays and offering drink refills upon seeing an empty glass. Overall, the service was great and alone would score highly, but unfortunately, United's catering also is considered in this section. Overall, United is notorious for its bad catering, and today's flight did not serve as an exception. Now, it wasn't just bad per se, but the short rib was dry, flavorless, and unpleasant to eat. The salad was just lettuce with shredded cheese and an egg on top. The veggies and couscous, while better than everything else, were still more in line with something you might expect in premium economy, and that fruit cup was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Finally, wrapping up the soft product, the Away branded Amenity Kit was solid, and I especially enjoyed the unique suitcase-like design. Overall, the soft product earns a score of 6 out of 10 points, with the food dragging it down significantly. Now that I got that rant out of the way, I'm happy to say that the only comments I have about this flight from now on are positive, as the hard product was absolutely stellar. The seat was comfortable and spacious, with a lot of legroom and width. This width was appreciated even more in bed mode, allowing for extra room by your head and shoulders. Speaking of sleep, the bedding was honestly more comfortable than some bedding I've had on the ground, with the gel cooling pillow and the duvet being the highlights of the sleeping experience. The footwell was wide thanks to the staggered layout of the seats, and while not every seat is 100% equal in terms of privacy, all of them have at least some degree of privacy, with odd number window seats like mine having the most. The 1-1-1 seat layout is rare to see, and while great for solo travelers, can be a bit annoying for couples, as you have to sit apart from one another. Overall, the hard product was great, and earns an 8 out of 10. Last but not least, the in-flight entertainment. United's IFE offering is great, with a wide selection of hundreds of movies, plenty of TV shows, and tons of other entertainment options such as podcasts, music, and meditation. The in-flight map was great as well, and the From the Flight Deck channel is a unique feature that my fellow AvGeeks out there are sure to appreciate. I just wish it was turned on for my flight. Overall, I give the IFE the same score I gave it on my last review on the flight to London, a 9 out of 10. In closing, United Polaris on the 767-300 is a great experience, as long as you bring your own food aboard. The bedding is claimed to be one of the best products offered not only by any US airline, but by any airline anywhere. While I can't personally speak to that, I can say that it was super comfortable, and paired with a comfortable and private seat, it made for the best sleep I've ever had on a plane. The service was great, and so was the entertainment, leaving the catering to be the only weak spot. Overall, if you're looking to fly internationally in business class and want to prioritize sleep and relaxation over indulging in in-flight meals, then United Polaris is a great choice for you. In the end, it scores a 31 out of 40 on the Just Plain Simple rating scale. As we touch down here in Dulles, I hope you enjoyed this flight review. If you did, please don't forget to like the video. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free for you and helps me grow the channel. If you have any questions about the flight, or any recommendations about how I could improve my content in the future, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.